Friends, thank you for joining me today. What I'd like to do in this particular instructional video clip is cover something that's very, very basic and fundamental to script. And that is how to properly hold your pen relative to your paper. Okay? What you want to avoid doing is trying to contort your pen hand to fit the angle of the letter. Now you see here I have a grid in front of me that's available on Zenarian.com as well as iampit.com. And you have your writing lines across, but I also have a few of these exaggerated main slant angles. And what these main slant angles are is they represent the main slant of your overall letter. So any heavy shade should be made consistent with these long slant angles. Okay? So how do we, for the novice, how do you properly position your pen? First thing you do is you pick your pen up, you hold it with the comfortable grip that you're used to. Alright, here's my torso, so the paper now is basically perpendicular to my torso's plane here. Here's the plane of my torso, the paper's perpendicular to that. You put your hand down in your comfortable writing position. The goal of this particular style is to take, you got two axes on this pen. You've got the main pen staff, then you've got the oblique portion of the pen where the nib is, that comes out and it sits out at what's called an oblique angle. That long axis of that pen point forms a line, okay? The idea is to get the line of that pen point, not the pen staff, in alignment with these long slant angles. And so you put your pen down after it's been properly adjusted, and that's been covered in a different video clip of mine, but it's all on iampit.com or on YouTube. You put your pen down in your normal writing position, and what you do is you lift your hand slightly so you can rotate the paper. You now rotate the paper counterclockwise until the long axis of this pen point is in direct line with the long axis of the main slant angle. That's the overall goal. Now, I realize for a lot of people this is going to feel extremely awkward. However, it's important that you do this because it allows for the least amount of drag on the nib tines when you're making the shade. Alright, does it mean you couldn't do this with a straight pen holder? No. There's some very beautiful script out there from Sean Larcher from France who uses a straight pen holder, but when you do that, what tends to happen is one of your nib tines will tend to skip and drag across the paper, causing a ragged edge, but that can also be used to effect. But for those of us who want smooth edges, this is the way it's done. So you never conform your hand to the line. You always put your hand down in a comfortable writing position. You would then rotate the paper relative to your torso, so the long axis of your nib is now in line with the long axis of the main slant angle. Now all of your shades can then be made with downstrokes, and they can be right on line with those slant angles. That's the basic idea.